and welcome to Manic Money Finance. I am Money Mike, and this is going to be a little bit of a informal stream, if you will. This is the first time in about 6 months that I've been live here with you guys, and by 6 months I mean most of a year. So you'll have to excuse me, but we are going to talk about the year in retrospect. So the last time I had a live stream was quite some time ago. I'm not going to be able to tell you at the moment, but it's been some time. And I've missed you guys. I've missed you guys very much. I used to have a lot of fun doing these live streams. Ooh. This was always tons of fun. I'm checking the audio levels, guys. Very much. I used to have a lot of fun doing these live streams. All right. And we are good. We are so good. So don't mind me. I'm going to go ahead and share this to the Facebook. Audio levels are good. We know that now. So in the as far as expediency goes and everything else, I had to just get this thing going. It's unfortunate. I would have very much have liked to do this alongside Crypto Corey right now. Me and him have we're working on this page again, and we're going full port 100% into this thing. But my boy is in a wind tunnel. And I know what you're thinking. What the hell does he mean wind tunnel? I mean, he's in the actual wind tunnel right now. So I'm going to get us going here. We're going to talk about the year in retrospect, because it's been a crazy freaking year. So Donald Trump has basically whipsawed the financial markets. And we don't get political here on the Manic Money Finance channel. But, dude, this is crazy. I mean, this dude puts out one tweet. And the entire market just all right, here we go. He puts out one tweet and the entire financial markets, they go crazy. It gets absolutely insane. So here we go. White House warned staff not to engage in insider trading and mid-war with Iran. So basically what's happening here is right before Trump throws out a tweet, and this is how the president speaks to us now, is through social media. It's not a formal press release, something submitted to the news. We are getting literal freaking tweets and social media posts now. That's how he communicates to the American people. And we've seen it time and time again. I've seen it time and time again because I've been following the financial markets. I'm going to show you the chart in the S&P 500 because the S&P 500 is probably the hands down best indicator of where the American financial markets are going, which is wild. So that'll give you like a better idea of how things, are manipulated. I'm not going to say it's on purpose, but this whole thing with Iran has been crazy. I've watched oil go from less than $60 a barrel to, I think it hit $120 a barrel in real price. So people are probably, wondering, what does that mean? What does real price mean with oil? That's a good question. It's like real property. It's actual physical property, the price that it costs, because the futures market is what decides the price of oil. Fun fact. So if a bunch of these derivative traders that are trading futures think that oil is going to keep going up, they can literally drag the price of oil up without any actual tangible reasons for it. There's no probable cause, if you will. So what happened with Iran is basically the Strait of Hormuz closed. And that's 20% of the world supply of oil flows through there. If it needs to, it doesn't have to. That should only bring oil prices up 20%. Fun fact, a little manipulation here for you guys. The price of oil basically doubled in 2 months since February because of this whole Iran war thing. So it's interesting to see. Obviously, they don't want insider trading. Fun fact. Now we're going to actually take a look at the SPY because, if you actually look at this chart, and if you're a conventional trader and you know how to read charts, this looks horrible. This looks bad. Only a crazy person would see this over here, this gigantic gap, and think, oh yeah, that's good. That's good. Because we're looking at a freaking 1-year chart. And this is a big old frowny face. And it's kind of hilarious to me that frowny face is bad, happy face is good. So here's basically Biden's entire presidency, right? So if you were a trader in Biden's presidency, if you didn't get walloped, I really want to bring it out. Okay, if you didn't get walloped in this drop, because obviously there's those giant gaps there. If you didn't get walloped and you didn't exit your position and you had dry powder to put more in to your positions, so life was good, you made money, So even when we had this gradual drop, no big deal. Smiley face. That's literally how simple it is with charts, guys. A lot of people will get into all this technical analysis with charts, and it's crazy to me. All you need to look for is frowny faces and happy faces. And once you start getting whipsaws like this, it's no good. It's time to get out of the market. Obviously, would have made money here, but there was nothing. There was no conventional market indicators to tell you that. This was just blind luck. Because this was the beginning of the Iran war right here. So we'll go back to the 1-year chart. So this is a horrible, horrible pattern right here. It's a big old frowny face. So what happened here? Oh, a ceasefire in the Middle East. Oil prices should go up. Commodity prices should go up. Stock prices should go up. We have good news on the horizon. Peace in the Middle East, finally. It's been probably, 1,500 years since they've had that. But, some old white guy in Washington, he's going to make that happen. Absolutely crazy. So you got all these indexes. Blah, 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 blah. So it's funny. It's funny to see. It's funny to watch. Obviously, this gap is going to want to fill because there's no equity here. So we talk about that a lot on this channel. Gaps filling. There's no actual equity in here to justify this gap. So no money pumped into here. Basically, overnight trading yanked this bad boy up, which is very little volume, very little liquidity, very little cash. Yanked this bad boy up after Trump declared a ceasefire. And you can see the size of the candles. Not good. And it's not really backed up by science, if you will. So while I want to see the market go up because I am a freaking insufferable bull, I am all about green. I want to buy. I want everything to go up. That's what I'm all about. Obviously, We don't live in a perfect world. Oh, I was hoping Crypto Corey would be home by now before we talked about Bitcoin. So basically, I'm probably going to keep. Bitcoin USD, Coinbase. That's good enough. So I'm probably going to, see these lines we drew? You see that reversal? Ooh, yeah. Ooh, yeah. It literally funneled down to the bottom of these lines. So I really wish Corey was here for Bitcoin right now, especially with what it's done lately. Granted, you're probably looking at this and you're seeing 125 and you're going, what the hell? This is a 5-year chart, guys, okay? This is time stretched out, visualized on an x-axis, basically, a fraction of a human being's life, but still 5 years, long time. As you can see, less than 5 years ago, Bitcoin was down to 16,000. Insane. It's insane to think about. So, as you can see with Bitcoin, we've had multiple consolidation periods, and you can see the volume here, right? Absolutely insane. This volume here, dwarf peaks, makes all these other volume candles look tiny. So volume is huge for me. So big volume is always good, even if it pulls something down in the red. So something like this, that was massive red volume. But as you can see, you had to wait maybe 3 months to start making money again, and then it was just steady up. So volume is good. This right here is not great. I would love to see more volume. Obviously, we got some fucking notes here from TradingView, which is some BS. But what are you gonna do? Yeah, the financial markets, my guys. I'll be honest with you. You are watching this stream. Let me bring up chat just to make sure nobody's commenting in the chat here. We're gonna show chat on stream, guys. We're gonna put chat on stream. It's gonna be in the left side of the screen. So, I've been watching the financial markets forever. Trends, patterns, I'm all about them. You also know that if you've been watching, that I like small cap stocks right now. Not micro caps exactly, although I will dabble. I like my small caps. So, as you can see with Bitcoin, I think, this might be a bottom. Let's go back here. Here we got the 1-day chart. I'm going to go back to 8:30 for you guys. 8:30 for you guys. 1 hour ago, we are at 21:51. So 1 hour ago would be 20:51. Yeah. So this right here, this is a stop loss hunt right here. That's them pulling liquidity out. Look at that freaking candle. So that's basically them destroying longs. And then once they've done that and your high margin longs are wiped out, they rocket it back up. Because they get to be the only liquidity in the recent market moves. It's genius. It's very genius. It's very China. we're getting towards the time when the America is starting to fall asleep. They're not watching the financial markets. It's Friday night. They're out partying. Weather's beautiful here right now. So they're yanking it back up because everybody expects it to dump. If you're watching this chart right here in this high of the day, it's trending down. Everybody was expecting this drop. And at that point, your longs, they're either getting liquidated, or they're selling. They're done. They're out. And then after that, once they get the stop loss hunt done, they get rid of all the longs. Then they put their own liquidity in. And this happens a lot with Bitcoin. And then they're the ones that get to make the majority of the small money. But as you can look at this chart, all right, we're going to bring the 3 month up here. Look at this chart. This is starting to resemble the curve, the smiley face, if you will. It's a lot of sideways trading, but this low down here is the lowest that it's gotten. 63,000 ish. That's the lowest it's gotten. And that created a nice floor right here. Boom, boom, double bottom. So if you had bought in here, you'd be good. Even if you massive leverage, like you'd be good. 2 months ago, less than 2 months ago, you'd probably have a massive gain right now in your account. Mucho gusto. All right. So I want to bring up. So funny enough, anybody that's been following me knows that I have been all about stocks. The past few years. Once Bitcoin basically hit its peak and started dropping, I basically stayed with stocks, equities, if you will. That's the formal name for them. But I came across something last weekend, and I've been working third shift, so my brain, it's not doing good. My physical health, probably lacking. Thank God I renovate grocery stores on third shift, or else who knows where we'd be right now, because I'd be eating fast food. I'd be eating garbage. At least we're renovating grocery stores, so I'm eating decent food. But I found this bad boy probably somewhere around here, because I am double my money. Life's good. I could care less. I got in when this bad boy had a market cap of 25,000 or so. So I'm chilling. But this is the first freaking altcoin that I've come across that I really like. This is Mallcoin. Obviously, there's not a ton of copycats because it's so small. But yeah, the price action on this has been nice, especially today. We almost hit 100K again for a market cap. I'm in on the ground floor. I'm loving it. This is a beautiful thing. See this up here, anytime you're up here, this is changing the candles. So you can see exactly where you're hitting. You can see what the dev is buying. So the developer of this coin, he keeps buying small amounts whenever he can. Really small amounts, which is interesting. So I'm thinking that he's taking his profits from the liquidity pool. Yeah. So Mallcoin contract address. Let me see. Can we find the contract address on here? I don't know. That's up to you guys. You find the contract address. I can tell you right now. I use my phone to look it up. I don't like my phone to look up take my phone, use that to look up the contract address. for you guys, but it starts with F9WPD. So if you're going to jump into mall coin, this is not financial advice. Oh, God. What is up with these spam accounts? I'm not going to buy viewers. So if you want to get in a mall coin, obviously find the contract address that starts with F9WPD. Not financial advice. I am not a financial advisor. I am basically just, going full ape into some random altcoin I found. But this particular creator is very interesting. So he's big on stock twits. Daddy Darth Maul here. And as you can see, this thing has graduated from Pump Fun. It should be on Radium soon. It is still listed on Pump Fun. You can check that out by going here. And you can see, the liquidity pool. And you can see where it's listed, Pump Fun. So I like this. I like it a lot. And I found this bad boy on StockTwits. So if you notice something about this chart, we got a big old happy face. There's no gradual frowny face happening. So that's the problem with the American stock market right now. That's the problem with the American stock market right now. Is that we got a giant frowny face. So right now our trend is down. And I mean, that sucks because this is a gradual decoupling of the financial market from not only Bitcoin, but from the overall world economic, current world economic environment, if you will. So yeah, it's interesting stuff. So that's basically, this is the only freaking altcoin I'm shilling right now because I own it. I'll be completely honest with you. When Crypto Corey jumps on, he might have something else to show you guys. I don't know. I know that he has been, doing his thing in the real life, touching some grass. And, good for him, without a doubt. He is a circadian rhythm guy, and I am not right now. So because of that, I'm amped up. It's 10 p.m. I have tons of energy. I slept all day. I slept through the sunlight, the beautiful weather, and I'm going to tell you guys about some little known small cap stocks that are killing it right now. And the first one I want to bring up is something I've been talking about for years on this channel. It's been about 2 years. And if you had followed me, if you had bought when I first started talking about this stock, your life would be really good right now. It would be more than good. If you had put your entire life savings into this stock when I started talking about it, not a financial advisor, this is not financial advice, you would be at least double your money, if not more. And I mean, you can look at it by the chart, and you can go back on our live streams. Go back right to the beginning of our live streams, because I believe when we first started our live streams, when I was driving to Crypto Corey's house, when he still lived within an hour of me, and I would drive to his house to do these live streams, I was talking about Eastman Kodak. This is beautiful. Look at this giant happy face. And we can back it up because this thing is destined for greatness. This is only the beginning, people. So if you know, they manage their own pension fund, which is insane. Yeah, these are all earnings, by the way. So they manage their own pension fund, which was a unique situation for any company, let alone an American company, especially. And they decided, hey, let's take a look at this pension fund because, we're suffering as a company. They hadn't pivoted yet, at least not fully. And they found that they had in excess of $1 billion in the pension fund. So their pension is funded. Their pension, the ex-employees' pensions are completely funded for 10 years. And they found they had an excess of $1 billion, which only grew after they found the excess. So what they did was they outsourced the pension fund. They said, hey, we're going to shut this department down right now. We're going to outsource this pension fund to, a financial company, a Wall Street company, a trust fund, if you will. Because right now we're paying all these people. We're paying analysts. We're paying, money managers, etc. And we can just outsource this to a third party company that has better returns than we do. And they only want 10%, not the millions of dollars we're shelling out right now. It might have even been like $100 million a year they were shelling out. And we'll save a bunch of money and we'll be able to take that excess money and put it right back into their company. And that's what they did. They basically canceled out their entire debt within the last 6 months. So Kodak has now become a debt-free company. Also, what they've done is they've started manufacturing pharmaceuticals. Not only are they manufacturing pharmaceuticals on the campus, the company campus in Rochester, New York, a timeless institution, Eastman Kodak Corp. They also have gone out and found brown sites. So brown sites are basically manufacturing facilities where the previous company either dumped chemicals, created a toxic environment in the soil, the surrounding ecosystem, and now basically you're going to have to pay a bunch of money to clean up that entire area before you can do anything there commercially. So they went and found these brown sites. They cleaned them up. Couple, at least a couple few. And they're going to manufacture pharmaceuticals there now. So I know you're probably thinking, oh man, they're making bags of saline on an old toxic dump site, but it's not like that. They go in, they scoop out all the earth anywhere near where they're going to be doing. They don't use any on-site water. That gets brought in because it's saline. So they have to use distilled water. It has to get trucked in. They have to use reagents and chemicals that, you have to bring in for pharmaceutical manufacturing. So they basically scoop off the ground, build a whole freaking a manufacturing setup and a pharmaceutical manufacturing setup, and then bam, now they're making pharmaceuticals. The thing is right now the United States government is investing a crap ton of money into domestic pharmaceutical manufacturing. The FDA is actually doing something. It's a FDA pre-check. And right now, Kodak is just doing good for the fact that they now have an amazing balance sheet. They're making money off pharmaceuticals. They're still making money off film because all your Oscar-winning films are filmed on Eastman Kodak film. They're still filming films conventionally. Like it's literally, they're still doing it. Obviously, it's digital, but they're still freaking filming these movies on film. And Kodak is the only one that is being used by all these Oscar-winning movies. And they're probably making more money off their pharmaceuticals now anyways. So yeah, their market cap now has gotten over 1 billion, just barely over 1 billion. Obviously, their earnings don't look great. If you look at their quarterly earnings, it's not amazing. Negative. So for quarter 3, 2025, they had negative earnings. Quarter 4 was weird. They had 290 million, 269 million. So that's growing. Yeah, quarter four, they had a negative earnings only because they canceled other debt. So if you pay off debt, that is considered a loss. So I've been talking to you about these guys for a long time. And for me, it's been like a massive vindication because if you look at this 6 month chart, this has been what I've been looking at in the past 6 months. And this has been amazing. This is probably my biggest winner this year. And I went with options. So if anybody knows anything about options, there's a massive swing in profit to when after you hit the strike price and go up through it. Oh yeah. It's a beautiful thing. It's fantastic. So you're probably wondering, what else am I looking at? And I'm looking at this bad boy right here. This bad boy right here. And you're going to look at this thing and you're going to go, ooh, that's a wild looking chart, dude. Oh, yeah. This right here is an AI recruiting company. And nobody has thought to use AI in recruiting until this company did it. And they were an embattled company. They were doing other stuff. They basically trying to find their feet, and they were getting hammered down in stock price. You can check it out by looking at the 5-year chart. It's ugly on the 5-year chart. Reverse split. There's definitely been at least one reverse split back there. You can actually look at it right here. Right here. They had a 1-for-15 reverse split in August of 2023. It looks like they had another one. Oh, no. Oh, God. Trying to hit me with that shit. So they had another reverse split back here. I'm assuming it was a reverse split. I can't look at it because I don't pay for TradingView. Because why would I? If you give me this much stuff for free, I'm not going to pay for your app, guys. Plus, I can just go look at the chart on Robinhood, which I'm doing on my laptop. I got everything up on my laptop. You can't see it. It's way down low. I keep it out of view. But usually, me and Crypto Corey will do a live Bitcoin trade during the stream, which of course isn't happening today because I don't know where Crypto Corey is. I know he was doing some wind tunnel stuff and he has not gotten back to me as of yet. So I had to start this live stream without him. So I am a little off my game. So you'll have to excuse me. But I'm going to go ahead and bring up my my Robinhood. So I can keep an eye on the markets while I'm talking to you guys. Obviously, the markets are closed. So if you don't know, the way it works is with the overnight trading nowadays, the markets kind of don't close down. So interactive brokers, especially, they got something like 20,000 tickers going on the overnight trading, which is wild. If you have Robinhood, you know that the overnight tickers is a thing, but Robinhood will only do stuff with high liquidity. Sorry, I got to check my Robinhood app so I can sign in here. I like Robinhood only because the money is easy in, easy out. I have a debit card attached to my Robinhood account. Ooh. And yeah, so certain stuff will trade overnight. So basically, Sunday through 8 p.m. till Friday at 8 p.m., the markets basically don't sleep now. It's pretty incredible. And you can look it up on StockTwits too. StockTwits is actually pretty amazing in their price tracking. So StockTwits, the reason I love them, and it's basically a social media company for tracking stocks. That's all it is. You can't trade on there, but they should think about that. StockTwits will tell you the last price that shares sold for. So I like having that indicator because usually when you go on Interactive Brokers, Robinhood, etc., they're not going to tell you the last price the share sold for, especially if it was on some kind of dark pool, some kind of offshore exchange, etc. But StockTwits will tell you that. So a lot of times I'll be sitting in bed after I get home from work, watching a movie, watching a show. I'm trying to go to sleep, and I want to check my stocks real quick. So I'll go to StockTwits first because they'll actually tell me what shares of the company you're trading for. So they'll tell me the last price that it traded for. And because a lot of times I'll see that and I'll see, oh, Kodak shares are someone's buying these things for freaking, over $12 a share. And then I go on Robinhood, and Robinhood is telling me that these things are only trading for 11 and 95 cents a share, but and it also shows me zero volume. Whereas StockTwits will actually show me that there is an exchange somewhere where someone is buying these shares for $12.15. Because if you know anything about pre-market or post-market, the freaking spread is insane. No, let me check out the 1 minute chart. So a lot of the rules that I make for long term, something like this. All right. Upward trajectory, brand new. Once you start breaking it down to the smaller time frames, it doesn't necessarily compute. So right here is a whale. They left. We got back up to about $100,000 market cap, and that whale was like, "Yeah, no, I'm out, loser." They're gonna regret that. Patience, man. Time in the markets always overrules timing the markets. That has not proven true in the past year and a half, 2 years here with the Donald Trump presidency. But it is what it is. That happens, past year and a half here. It's been pretty insane. You had to be good. It's not like the first time Trump was elected president, where basically you just buy something anywhere and you're going to make money. And here's a good indicator. You see all these gaps? See this gap here? This gap filled. So this company, this is AI recruiting for employment. And obviously, I got in around here. I was liking it. And unfortunately, I didn't sell up here. I sold some, obviously. You got to peel in layers, take profits as you go. So it doesn't hurt as bad when you get back down here again. But if you look at the 3-month chart, we're good. We're good. I can draw lines. That's the problem here. Don't let me draw lines. If I can draw lines, I'm going to draw lines. And if I can draw lines, I'm going to be happy with this app. And then you can back out. So you can see that a lot of sideways trading, a lot of ugly, big old frowny face, etc. You did not get an actual. So when I say happy face, obviously we're looking at a time frame. So when I see a happy face like this, I know I'm going to be printing money. So obviously you're going to have stuff like this. So basically a bunch of idiot retail traders thought that this stock was going to be printing earnings. Was going to be releasing earnings. And they had to fire their auditors, hire new auditors, which tells me they're looking for a more favorable viewing as far as that goes, which is probably going to be good for the company because, if you find an auditor that will look at future earnings and factor that into the balance sheet and stuff, not financial advice. I could be way off on that. I'm just trying to figure out why they got a new auditor. But obviously you can see, if you look at this 3-month window, the trend is up. Even if we were to get rid of this line here, and draw a new line from this low and this low, the trend is still up. We have a giant window here. Giant window here. That is a wide cone. But you start extending it out. What happens is you're looking at $1.08 in the summertime. You're looking at $1.50 top. And that's if it stays within this cone. And you can see this cone is going to be narrowing down. I probably didn't do us all a favor here. Come on. Come on. I didn't do us a favor with this cone. So this is going to be narrowing down. And that's considering a lot more volume than it's had in a long time. Their revenue has jumped significantly, like 23,000%. 2,300%? 23,000%? I have to look it up again for you guys. But their future contract payouts are insane. So Nixie, NIXX. That's one to look at. I believe this is it. This is it. So here we got a insulin, an insulin company out of Washington, United States. I'm gonna look at the 6-month chart, and I'm seeing a big old happy face right here. Gap filled. No more gaps to worry about. They're all filled. This company did a licensing agreement where they got $30 million up front and over $800 million within the next 5 years paid out to them for one of their products. Obviously, they have been under the NASDAQ, and you can see their earnings. Not good. Standardized estimate. Negative 10 cents per share. They're a clinical pharmaceutical company. Reported negative 26 cents per share. Standardized 0.01. That's mostly due to stock offerings. So this company is clinical. Biotech company. You see this? You see this? Happy face. This is why we buy. It can literally be just that much. And obviously, I have to preface this by saying SEC filings are incredibly important. You need to look at the SEC filings. You need to make sure this company is not diluting their shareholders to the max to pull in as much money as possible. Obviously, foreign companies right now are freaking toxic. We're going to get into that here in a second. Domestic companies right now are gold, especially the small caps. I am seeing something insane right now that I've never seen in my entire life, where any foreign companies, especially China, Cayman Islands, because they have reporting exemptions where they don't have to report earnings every 4 quarters, etc., where basically the second they do an offering, if they're anywhere near $1 a share, they just crater to pennies. There was a company trading at 75 cents a share. They did an offering. They had all these cashless warrants, and I know this doesn't make any sense to you guys right now, probably, but they had all these cashless warrants, and their freaking stock price just crumbled. I'm gonna bring up one. Linkers Industries Unlimited. And I know you're looking at this chart and you're thinking, oh my God, right here, that's the offering. This is a reverse split adjusted. This giant candle, that's the offering. Like, this company was trading at 75 cents a share when this happened. When this happened. That company is trading at 75 cents a share. So their reverse split was like 1 to 200. Let's check it out. 1 to 250. Told you guys. Follow this shit, man. Stay away from foreign companies. Cayman Islands, China, anything in Asia, Africa. You have to be careful. You have to look at the SEC filings. And if the company's legit and everything is above board, so they're putting like change of board notices on their SEC filings, all their quarterly reports are on the SEC filings. They're basically on the up and up, like companies like Kodak have to do because they're based in the United States. Life is good. But if there's something like this one, Linkers Industry, which is based in Malaysia, I believe, or the Philippines, where they have an exemption from posting all quarterly income statements, dude, stay away. It's not worth it. They do one offering, and you'll see. Look at 9:30. Look at this one, 15:30. So this is 3:30 in the afternoon. It was trading at $170 a share. Granted, this is reverse split adjusted, 1 for 250. So this is about 75 cents a share was trading at one day in March, less than a month ago. They did an offering, and they announced the offering in a press release after the market closed at 4 p.m. that day. And the very next day, or the very next Monday, because that was a weekend. Oh, look at that. It opens at frickin' $35 a share. So if you had shares here at 171, the next time the market opened, your shares were 1/5, 1/6 of their price. That's insane. That if you full ported into this thing, like with your mortgage, you took an ad hoc, and look at this buy right here. Look at this candle. That is ugly. Look at this candle. This is a volume candle. Yeah. Stay away from the foreign stuff right now. Obviously, it looks very attractive when you see something like this giant, insane freaking rise, this gain, this absolutely insane profit potential right here. It's not worth it. You know, you could have just bought Kodak 2 years ago and just sat on it, and you'd have triple your money right now. And you wouldn't be stressed out. You could have just kept buying Kodak every time you got paid, and you'd be quitting your job right now. But because you bought, Linkers Industries Limited, an electronic technology company out of frickin' the Philippines with a market cap of 3.4 million, and the volume is 22.72 million. That's an ugly statistic. If any of y'all know anything about stocks, you're dying right now. You there's only one way out of it. You get a large life insurance policy, and then you know what to do after that. But I'm not going to say it because this is not financial advice. This is not life advice. So yeah, another one is Oriental Rise Holdings, and I was talking about this one because I saw a big old happy face, and I was like, "Yeah, this is nice. This big old happy face. A lot of gaps and stuff, but still, like this is a Chinese tea company. They're doing the right things." Yeah, no, this got real freaking ugly, real freaking fast, and they got right here. This is their NASDAQ compliance. They reached NASDAQ compliance again, over $1 a share. They shot up. I'm gonna go back to the 3-month chart so you can see it. This right here, this was their NASDAQ compliance. 10 days. 10 days over $1. NASDAQ compliance. That actually might have been back here. I don't know. No, right here. This is their NASDAQ compliance right here. Yep. That is their NASDAQ compliance. And they shot up like crazy in aftermarket once they announced their NASDAQ compliance. And if you sold then, life would be good. You wouldn't care. You know, you made money quick in and out in a couple weeks. You know, double, triple your money. Freaking genius. But if you held on and you were like, I think this company is actually going to do something. Hey, guess what? They're registered in the Cayman Islands. They don't care about you. They're looking at the best way possible to dilute shareholder value. And this is a company where 65% of all the float is locked up by board members. So The company itself and the people that manage it own 65% of all shares. So anything they want to do, diluting shareholders, reverse splits, anything they want to do that requires a vote on shares, they're going to make it happen. People, they're literally going to vote for it. They own all the shares. They own 65% of the shares. They're making their money off of 33, 1/3, a little over 1/3 of the shares. They're making all their money. And the board owns 65% of all shares, if not more. And they're probably lending their shares out to short sellers so they can get interest payments. They can get stock lending payments, and you can get screwed. Because look at these volume candles, and these are buy candles, and look at the price action that does not compute. Because if you look at the next closest volume candle, it is this massive spike in price. And this is, 2/3 the size of this spike. So this company is under NASDAQ compliance again, but they don't care. This Chinese company that is listed as physically being in the Cayman Islands. So their listing address from where they report from is in the Cayman Islands. They're just going to destroy you. Stay away from the foreign stocks. Just stay away. All right. Now, last but not least, I have too many freaking I have way too many keyboards in front of me right now. I am like, going nuts right now. Crypto Corey, where are you, bro? Crypto Corey, I'm here doing this live stream by myself. I got nobody to feed off of. I'm trying to keep it together here by myself. I'm not gonna lie. We're drinking straight tequila. Well, soda water, tequila and soda water. So let's be honest. It's basically straight tequila. I water it down with the ice and the soda water because it takes longer to drink. So I don't become a problem for my neighbors. But this one right here, I'm actually more confident on this stock than any other one. I'm going to bring up BlackBerry as a closer on the way out because Crypto Corey has not even texted me at this point, unfortunately. But I'm going to make sure we bring him in on the Sunday live stream. It's happening. Sunday, 7 p.m. Eastern time. Without fail. Jump back on because we're going to be talking about the week ahead. Because right now I'm basically talking about what happened within the past six months. Hopefully I can get him on a Saturday live stream because there's so much to talk about. And it's Friday and I've been drinking. So it's hard to really, use my brain, quantify these things for you guys. But yeah, so this one right here, Supercom, I probably feel the best about this one. And you'll notice a difference between this one and all the other stocks I've been talking about, with the exception of Kodak. So obviously, this chart is also ugly. You see this giant green candle. You don't see the massive price increase because of, one reverse split here, 1 for 10. Another reverse split here, 1 for 20 in 2024. But right here, we have earnings coming up, and the estimate for their earnings is $6.34 million. This company, on their last earnings, the reported revenue was $6.22 million. Before that, $7.14 million, $7.05 million, and they are a contract company, and they do electronic monitoring. So if they do a good job doing that electronic monitoring, and if you know anything about the American judicial system, they do a lot of electronic monitoring. They do a lot of ankle bands because that is the most cost-effective solution for them. What you see here is a big old happy face. You back out. Not only is it a big old happy face, it's the beginning of it. So right here, the $7 a share, that they hit in pre-market trading, that right there, I was betting on this is the low of the low. So my entry is 752 on this stock. It is insane, my entry on this stock. Literally, I bought most of my shares right here. So I'm living good. I'm in the profit right now. Man. Come on, Corey. Oh. So I'm in the profit on this one. This is an Israeli electronic monitoring company. They do all it's never just it's never just one. If it's four or more, it means my significant other is cheating on me, which is really concerning because I don't have a girlfriend. Oh, all right. I was told that by a guy from El Salvador that I work with. He said if you sneeze more than if you sneeze more than 3 times, it means your girlfriend's cheating on you. And I don't have a girlfriend. She's already cheating on me. This is crazy. Oh. Oh yeah. So yeah. So I bought at 752. Average buy-in. I have a sizable holdings on this. Hundreds of shares, if not thousands. Just in case the IRS is watching, I have hundreds of shares, not thousands. And yeah, let me see. Oh. My first buy was at 775. Oh no, my first buy, was at 775, and then I bought at 734, and then I bought at 7. Oh, then I bought at 742. So that brings my average cost. Sorry, guys, having a sneezing fit over here. It's crazy. Oh, so that brings my average cost to $7.50. And the reason why this one is like very pivotal mention is that this is about 33% of my portfolio. I don't think this is going to stop. Probably going to keep sneezing. Like a little bit. Oh. Oh. I got the live stream up. Should I bring it up? Can I turn up the volume? See how bad it looks? All right. That was fun. So, yes. So, this bad boy right here is 33% of the portfolio. And I just see a reversal. So, I'm looking for high value plays. And I think this bad boy right here has the highest potential to go 3 times within a short amount of time. And basically what it is their next earnings should be coming out any day now. And that's why you're seeing these V-shaped reversals. That's why you're starting to see a smiley face. Obviously, we got a lot of sideways trading. Uh, and if you look at the earnings, the estimate was negative 2 cents. The surprise was 41 cents. The estimate was 43 and a half. The surprise was 5 cents. The estimate was negative. The surprise was $1.58 a share. And right here, this was quarter four. I don't know. It should have been quarter four. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah. Should have been quarter four. So their full year earnings are the best to get in on, especially with this. So let's draw some lines. Let's go to the peak. All the way here. Draw this line. Let's go to the bottom here. And let's go through this line. As you can see, here we have a very nice cone, and it's consolidating into this cone. And I think from here it's only going to go up because let's face it, this company is making money. This company, like, they want to rock it up because if they can get up to, I obviously can't back it out. Come on. I can't back it out enough, so we'll do here. You see this cone? This cone is nothing. You see this volume? This is nothing. And you see where it used to be. I think this company could hit $100 a share again. And I don't think it'll look like this. I think it'll look like this. Giant green candle. Giant green candle, the 20, 30, 40. And then from there, a big old smiley face. But as you can see this right here, smiley face, guys. This is money. So yeah, that's why I think Supercom, that is the best thing to be involved in right now. Not financial advice. As you can see right here, their revenue estimate, their earnings estimate is 0. They don't know what they're going to report. It's basically when you see a 0, that's what that means. Is the freaking hedge funds, Wall Street, they have no idea what this company is going to report. So they put an estimate of 0 because that's easier than anything else. Because if you make a call at that point, it makes you look bad. So if you just put 0, nobody's going to really look into it. The revenue estimate is 6.34 million, but this company has been landing contract after contract in the United States, not even overseas. Most of their contracts are in the United States or Europe, and this is a Tel Aviv company. This is an Israeli company that has been suppressed due to the war in Israel. And with the ceasefire going on, if they report earnings during this 2-week ceasefire, you're going to see an insane run. Especially, all they got to report is like 25 cents per share earnings. 10 cents per share earnings you'll probably see $20 a share. If they report 25 cent per share earnings, 50% share earnings, you can see an insane. I mean, it's obviously not going to be around here, but you could see an insane run to $100. Not financial advice. Yeah, and you see this cone time after time. These consolidation cones, it'll either blast through the stratosphere or. So obviously, fingers crossed. 33% of my portfolio. Oh yeah, by the way, Mallcoin. If you had bought in when I started talking about it, you would probably kiss me right now. Even with this mustache, you would be kissing me right now. Let's be honest. So yeah, that's wow. So I didn't really get to talk a lot about what's happened in the past year and a half. Obviously I'm a here and now guy. I'm an in the moment guy. So, I learn from my mistakes, but at the same time, I'm not gonna sit there and harp on my past. So I'm sorry, guys. Unfortunately, I didn't spend a lot of time talking about what's happened in the markets within the past year and a half since I last posted. I apologize for that graciously because there's probably some of you that really would have liked to have seen. If you go back to my, my set it and forget it portfolio for 2025, you're gonna see like insane gains for my set it and forget it portfolio from 2025 because I reported that bad boy in right around here. I reported that portfolio. Obviously, QuantumScape, not a good one. Eastman Kodak for January of 2025. You would have been double your money. Intel was one of my big ones for 2025 for January of 2025. And that was right here. I was reporting. I was saying, hey, buy Intel. Look at this big smiley face. Everybody's telling you, hey, Intel, their chips, they have problems. I'll be honest with you. This computer that I'm streaming on right now, that is currently at 33 degrees Celsius, is using an Intel chip. I'm just going to let you know that right now. One of the Intel chips that was supposed to be susceptible to degradation. And I've been using it for 2 years. No problems. I play the latest games on the highest graphic settings, and I stream at the same time. No problem. I downloaded the drivers. I downloaded the software that I needed to protect the chip, and life is good. And if you had bought Intel when I told you to, you would be triple your money. I'm not telling anybody anything. I'm not a financial advisor. I don't give financial advice. I was just letting you know that I would buy this. That's all. So Intel, let's see, GoPro, that was an honorable mention, obviously, in January 2025. So, I mean, you would have made money if you sold in September. You would have been happy. Oh, what else? BlackBerry. Okay, yeah. Here we go. This is perfect. All right, I'm getting ready to just jump off stream. Crypto Corey is not here. This is depressing. I'm sure that he basically probably met up with some people at the wind tunnel and he decided to go out, which it's cool, dude. I get it. It's fine. But if I can get him on tomorrow night, me and Crypto Corey will be streaming tomorrow night. If I can't get him on tomorrow night, oh, so be it. He will be on Sunday night, though, without a doubt. Rest assured, because we have a lot to talk about. Peoples, it's all about, just constant, just running into a wall. So here's BlackBerry. You see, we got a happy face forming here, guys. We got a big old happy face forming. I'm gonna draw a couple trend lines here because we have. We have a couple different situations here. Ooh. That one does not compute. Yeah. So this one is also, if you were looking at this, you would say to yourself, hey, this is probably about to blast off. So we're going to look at short term, we're going to look at long term, and the short term trend lines in the bottom, besides this guy here, which is our 5-year, these ones within the past year, here, like we're reaching a boiling point here. I don't know if you see this. Like there is no ifs, ands, or buts about this. BlackBerry is doing all kinds of different stuff. Secure communications for governments, etc. We're looking at a trend line here. So like I like the $5 calls for January 2027. So I like the $5 calls for right about here. Right about here would be the exact XY axis location that I like right now. And they're cheap. They're very cheap. You can buy $4 calls, which would be pretty safe, or you could just go ahead and like sell calls, buy shares and sell calls and be like safer with it. And that's a whole nother, I'm going to do a whole nother video series on that as far as, you know, selling calls and selling puts, because that is a expert hack. If you're an American, if you're a foreigner, if you're anybody with access to even just Robinhood, literally, if you only have access to Robinhood as a brokerage, and they'll give an account to anybody, which is why I'm looking at them next for a good long-term solid investment. You should be selling options. If you have more than 25 grand in the bank, if you're not selling options on the weekly, you're an idiot. It is the highest interest you can make if you're smart. You just got to be smart. That's going to be a whole video series. I really don't want to get into that right now. Unfortunately, I thought Crypto Corey was going to jump on this live stream 20 minutes in. I'm a little manic, if you will, at the moment. So, keeping a long-term narrative on an hour and a half live stream is just not going to happen. Sorry, guys. But yeah. Yeah. Good times. So BlackBerry, I like this one. $4 or $5 calls, 2027 here. January 2027. As you can see the trend. 52-week high, 621. 52-week low, around $2. So if you buy $4 or $5 calls, I feel like that's pretty safe. And if you don't get the income you need, obviously the market cap is 2.27 billion, which is probably double Kodak, which is insane for the amount of revenue they're making. Like, what is it? The revenue is, oh no. They're in the hundreds of millions. Never mind. So yeah, that's that, people. I've totally lost the plot. I'll be completely honest. I could care less. We're getting a red candle on the 1 minute charts. I gotta go check out my crypto. This has been a lot of fun. Had a lot of fun talking to you guys. It's been a while, and I'm actually really happy to be letting you know what's going on in the financial markets. I hope you have a good time. The other Manic Money, I'm sorry, dude. We started this 3 years ago. So that other Manic Money guy, there is another Manic Money guy. I'm gonna look it up right now. He keeps popping up when I look up my own channel. Yes, Daniel Coffeen. He is he streamed 23 hours ago. He is live again. He streamed again an hour ago. It's kind of crazy to me that we have somebody else streaming under Manic Money, but we're Manic Money Finance. He is just Manic Money. I'm going to check him out. I'm actually going to let you guys know. Like, he's a very small creator. His stream an hour ago only got 6 million views. The dude is roided out of his skull. He has to be taking Tren. He has to be taking freaking several different things, because there's no fucking way this 50-year-old dude looks like that. But we have competition, and I'm actually kind of glad my competition looks like that. Oh, this is hilarious. All right, people. This has been fun. I'm Money Mike. This is Manic Money. Peace.